We are in Africa.
Doing what we do, which is missions.
Yes, I got my hair braided. Some girls at the beauty school. We thought something that might be fun would be to tell you guys how we met. So, how we met. Well, we met at McAfee School of Theology.
Go Bears.
At Mercer University.
Be a bear.
In Atlanta, Georgia. We had our orientation, and I seen him at the orientation, but I ain't say nothing to him, and he didn't say nothing to me. We were just people in the room at that point. So, we were both there, but I left the next day. It was my best friend's birthday, and I went out of town, I went to Vegas, and then I came back, and they had a thing for all the like seminary students. It was like, oh, you should come like play volleyball or whatever. They're having this like volleyball activity. And so I was leaving because I wasn't gonna do that. And I was walking in my car, and he like chased me down, but not running, walking. And he was like, hey, you gonna go play volleyball? And I was like, no, I'm leaving. And he was like, you should come play volleyball. And I was like, I don't play sports, like, I'm leaving. And he was like, no, you should come. And I was like, all right, let me go get a sweatshirt. So I left, and I went and I put my stuff in the car. I went to the bookstore, and I got a sweatshirt, picked up my books and whatever.
It was a pink Mercer hoodie.
Yes. And then which I lost, and I really liked it. But anyways, then I went out to play volleyball, and it was tragic because volleyball is not my thing. So I got hit repeatedly, and that's how that went. So after that,
we had a friend that was in our class as well, and he lived on campus. I feel like I'm so far. Okay, so we had a friend that lived on campus, and we wanted to see what all the campus had to offer. More importantly, I wanted to know where the gym was. I was paying for it, and I was gonna go. So I said, hey bro, his name is Vint, whatever. He's our friend. I said, Vint, hey bro, could you show us where the gym is and kind of like show us around campus so that we knew kind of, where things were, being that he lived on campus and we didn't. I live with my parents, she lived in an apartment. So he showed us around at the campus, showed us the gym and all the different things like that. And then we started playing ping pong. And
first we played foosball, and I won.
Don't remember that part. Obviously, that's why I skipped it. So then we started playing ping pong, and of course I was winning because that's my game. And so we were just playing like a long time. But then Vint had a class at the end of the day, but however, Crystal and I was finished with classes. Mm-hmm. So Vint was like, I'm about to go to class, so like, we gone? And we was like, nah, you got class, you gone. We don't have class, we staying. So we stayed, and we played ping pong.
So as we played ping pong, we was talking, just getting to know each other, like, oh, so where you from, what you about, telling about your life. So we were just talking, chatting it up and everything. And then
about 2 hours.
It was like a long time we were talking, getting to know each other. And he was like, so you are you dating? Do you have like a boyfriend? Are you dating? And I was like, I don't date, I'm married.
You're saying that.
And he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, look, I'm either the best thing to happen to your life or I'm not. And it doesn't take a long time to figure it out.
Which I heard it, but it didn't like really register because we were at seminary school, of course, and I was focused on Jesus. I had recently got out of a relationship, and I was like, I'm about to do Jesus 100%. So it was about to be me and God in these books going through seminary school, and he gonna get me through. So she hit me with the line, and I was like, all right, but again, it didn't sink like it just hit y'all. It didn't hit me then because my mind wasn't there at the moment. But anyway.
But it got there real fast because...
However, you didn't say what you told me that took place during the game of ping pong, and I think you should share it.
Oh, while we were playing ping pong, God was like, oh, that's your husband. I was like, no, he's too young. And God was like, but he has all these different qualities that you're looking for. I was like thinking about the different qualities I was looking for, and I was like, you like that stuff.
Except for the height. You said the height thing?
Well, no, I just said taller than me. You're
Oh,
taller
okay.
than me. I was like, okay. So I just like put it in my head, but I didn't say nothing about it. Like,
because we was focused.
So, and basically he had told me this after I had even said everything what I was saying.
Right.
So
yeah. She didn't tell me that day.
I didn't. Yeah. So then we went on with
our friendship in class.
So we would see each other in class. It was like, oh, let's study. Okay, so we study. And I want to say like 2 weeks after that first day when we met playing ping pong, he had like came over to study or whatever. And we were up, so my apartment had a rooftop. It was nice. But my apartment had a rooftop, so we went up to the rooftop.
We never lived there though. Just thought about that.
Only me.
Yeah, it sucked. We was on the rooftop. We were talking. And Crystal started sharing about a story with her friend and whatnot about how she had prophesied over her friend and whatnot. So I talk about just her life. And as she was sharing things with me about her, God has shared with me, Ricky, this is your wife. So again, what I heard is what I just told y'all. She said some things after that, but none of that registered because I was focused on what God had said and the moment that I was in. So I was like, whoa. God, okay. I mean, I'm here to be one with you, and you telling me this about her. First time I ever heard something like that, so I'm like, okay, all right. So I was like, I sat down. I got serious, you know what I'm saying? I'm serious about my Jesus situation. God said something to me, I'm going to share it with the individual if they right there, or I'm going to give them a text or whatever. Anyway, I was like, Crystal, check this out. And you know,
he's all theatrical. I have to tell you something. Like, it's
deep. This is a moment.
I'm sitting on the rooftop. Like, we're just sitting there, like, on the bench. I'm like, he's like, I got to talk to you. I got to tell you something.
The moon was out. This mood was set.
But we've only known each other 2 weeks, so it can't be anything, you know.
Yeah, it was nothing romantic other than the fact of what God had just shared. So I sit her down. She already sat down. I sat down by her. It was like serious mode. Like, just think about it, fellas. You see it in the movies. You about to tell this woman that you about to marry her. Like, she is the one. And what do you expect? Confetti. I don't know where it's coming from, but you expect confetti from somewhere. You expect teardrops. Like, the woman's gonna be crying, and then after the woman's crying, and you might shed a tear, but you gotta wipe it up because you gotta be tough. You know what I'm saying? Because you that gentleman, you that man, so you gotta man up. But you expect stuff like that, you know, phone calls to mommy, like, oh my gosh, I've been waiting for this moment, all of that, right? So anyway, all that to say, I say to Crystal, God told me that you're gonna be my wife, so I'm gonna marry you. Guess what she said?
God already told me that.
What? What? That's it? No tears, no shock, no gasp, nothing. Just that. Hit it again.
God already told me that.
Ladies, let me just give you some advice. It's good that God speaks to you like he speaks to your man. But on moments like that, let him have a moment. Give him a little surprise. Give him a little shock. Pull back a little bit. Count to 10.
I gave you what I am.
Count to I'm giving y'all advice.
I'm not
obviously
that
she's not gonna hear it. Count to 10 and just like gasp. You don't even have to respond. Just that's all we want. And maybe a tear. But I got that. But
that's
nonetheless,
because that's what the truth was.
That's what the truth was. That's who she is. I later found out over, trial and error of various things. Like, it is what it is. Crystal was her from the beginning to today. It is what it is. So, she had the moment from God first. I had it second. I shared it with her. She shot it down. If you
I
ask
didn't
me,
shoot it down.
You might as well have said, all right, when you want to do it. Same thing.
Well, that became the next thing, because then it was like, he told me this, and I'm like, okay. So, like, a month goes by, he's like, I'm like, okay. You say you finna marry me, but there's no ring.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't asked for all of that. He just gave you that information.
Where's the ring? Because let me tell you, honey, I was not about to waste my prime. My prime is a whole nother video for a whole nother time, but the prime is real.
The prime is real.
It's real.
Y'all want to see that.
So, anyways, he wasn't about to waste my prime. So I was like, about
next week.
2 months. It probably wasn't that long. About a month and a half, because this was all like in late August or early September.
Yeah, we had gone into September.
So it's September.
The beginning of September.
So I would say maybe like a month and a half or 2 months after he said this, I'm like, well, where's my ring?
Immediately.
If you finna marry me, where's my ring?
Immediately.
Cause I hear what you saying, but where's my ring? So, and I mean, at this time, like, we went on vacation with his family. Like, his mom is excited. She's like, yeah, this is gonna be my future daughter-in-law. We look at a venue. She's like, oh, it'd be so nice if you got married at
the hotel. Yeah.
At this hotel. It's so beautiful. And so, like, you know, just all this. And I'm just like, this is so nice. Thank you. When we got back, I looked at him. I said, look here. Don't say nothing else to me about marrying me until you give me a ring.
She did. So I didn't. Until I had the ring. I mean, it was what it was. All you can do is respect it.
And so,
I respect it because I didn't want to get her hopes up. I didn't want to get the hopes up if I wasn't going to come through. So I get it. But I knew I was going to come through. So I wasn't worried about it.
But we weren't finna just be talking about no ring. Like, we weren't finna be planning a wedding, talking about a wedding, talking about getting married, and I ain't had no ring. So
this has gone from how we met to how we got engaged. What are we going to next?
Then you met my dad and told him you asked him to marry me. If you can marry me, ask for my hand in marriage.
Of course.
And he said yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
teared up a little bit. He gave me the reaction that Crystal should have gave me. Now that you say that, I'm fine with that.
So you still got it?
I did get it. I got it from him. And he gave me the tears. He looked at me in the face and we exchanged some words. I started tearing up because I'm an emotional guy too. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted. I wanted her to tear up so I could tear up so we can have a teared up moment together, knowing that we were going to be together forever. However, it was Pops. Pops gave it to me. Her dad gave it to me. I'm forever grateful for you. Thank you, Pastor Poe. You gave me the tears.
So, he got that moment. And yeah, he proposed and got engaged. We met in mid-August. Mm-hmm. 2 weeks after that, we were like...
We knew it was that.
We knew it was going to be. And quickly after that, like, we went to Florida. He met my family and all that. And, yeah.
Your brother gave me a hard time.
Yeah, one of my brothers.
It's okay. I love him tremendously.
And then in December, we got engaged.
Yeah.
So, met in August, September, October, November, December.
And in June...
Well, August, September, October, November, December. 4 months.
6, 2014, we said I do. But the moral of the story is, gentlemen, let me speak to the gentlemen. When you go to propose to your future wife...
I mean, if you're talking about when you knew you were going to marry me, that wasn't a proposal because there was no ring.
When you have the talk to your future wife, letting her know of what's to come, take what happens. Go in with no expectations. Take what happens and you won't be let down. Okay? That's advice number 1. Advice number 2. Do go if your soon-to-be wife is still in contact with her father, whether it be in close proximity or in distant conversation. Still do go talk to her father or her mother. Y'all know the relationship. Every relationships are different. But go speak to one of her parents asking for her hand in marriage because we don't want to let chivalry die. It's still a good thing to do, and you should do it, letting the family know that you would like to have their daughter in marriage. So please do that.
And ladies, I would say 1, if God tells you that a guy is your husband, don't run and go tell him. Let him come to you.
There'll be a lot of pressure.
Don't tell him first. You can hear it first, But don't be the one to tell him first.
That's
and
good.
then if he say it to you, if God ain't told you yet, you wait till God say it to you to do anything. He spoke to both of us. So that's one.
Separately.
Yes, separately, not holding hands, praying together, like trying to figure it out. Like, no. So that's one. You can hear it, and then let that be what that is, and let him come and say something to you. You don't have to run and go try to tell him, convince him to be your husband. 2, don't waste your prime. We will totally. I'm so serious about this prime.
It's actually
I'm
legit.
so serious about this prime.
It's actually legit. I never thought
So we're gonna talk about that, but don't waste your prime. And 3, I would say there's no specific set amount of time that you have to know somebody before you can know that they are the one.
Nah.
Men are decisive people. When they know what they want, they know what they want. Just like as women, we're decisive. When we know what we want, we know what we want. So don't let a guy trick you into thinking
You gotta figure it out.
he gotta figure it out.
You gotta think about it.
He not sure. He still need to get to know you a little more.
You gotta
Like,
test the water.
no.
The water dry up.
Somebody can know what they want. Just like if you know if you want them, they know if they want you. It doesn't take that long. Don't waste your time if they don't know what they want, especially after a certain age. So, yeah, that's what I would say. Our dating time was extremely short by previously normal standards.
Man's standards, man's timetable.
But at the same time, like I said, we're still happy. We're still together. We're still rocking and rolling. We're forever to go. We got these tattoos. We're totally in it forever. So, yeah, but that's our story. That's how we met. Oh, sidebar, just for fun. I actually was living in Maryland, and I only moved to Atlanta a week before I met Ricky.
And I was actually going to another school, transferred to the school that we met at the semester before we met. Sometimes you just got to be at the right
But it
place
was your
at the right
first
time.
semester at
Yeah, it was the
Mackley.
first semester at the new school.
Yeah,
So we were both new to the same school.
Yeah, at the same time, we both had just left from a different situation and then we met each other. So, do what God's telling you to do. You never know. Your husband, your wife, whoever might be in that little spot trying to
Play ping-pong.
play paintball. They might invite you to a volleyball game. It might be worth going. It might be.
Hey, do something you don't like to do, because you might find somebody that you love.
You might. We will see you later. Peace from Nairobi.